Guys, today I'm working with a Kenmore HE washer, and I'm going to show you how to enter diagnostics mode and check for fault codes and how to find the manual to show you how to do that. And hopefully it's still there. If you bought your machine new, it will be. So you're going to lift this up here. Now right back in this corner, if you tuck your hand back in there, you can reach in and there's a little bag that's essentially self-adhesed to the machine. Inside of it, you're going to find this service manual. So you pull that out, and we've got our manual to work with. So on this machine here, we'll show you. This manual I don't think is actually for this particular machine, but the Whirlpools, Amanas, Roper, Inglis, there's so many different brands that look exactly like this that these processes are all the same for it here. So on the manual, it's going to show us how to get into diagnostics mode right here, how to activate it, and I'll show you real quick how that works. So you're supposed to turn it all the way, one full cycle. You go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and your LEDs are going to light up here, and that's how you know you're in diagnostic mode. And then what we're looking for is we are looking for fault code display. So we're going to go up here and turn it once to complete it, or in this case in the book it says done, but it's the same thing. We're going to enter that mode, and then if there's any fault codes, they're going to show up here. This machine doesn't have any. But if it did have, say it gave you 2 blinks here and 1 blink here, or 3 blinks here and 2 blinks here, it's different codes that you would then take in your manual, and you would go over here to the fault code display. And it's going to tell you what those blinking lights are an indication of. And so how that's useful is then let's say the fault code indicates your pump is bad and your machine's not draining out water. So your machine gets to a certain point and it stops and it's full of water and it's dead as doorknob, won't do anything. You could enter this mode and check your codes. And if you had a code that specifically said the drain pump is not working, let's take a look here. Let's see. Any of these say drain pump specifically? Maybe that's a bad example. Well, there's a long drain here. But how about this? So let's say the reason it's not draining out the water is because there's a malfunction with the lid switch. And there's a couple in here that deal with the lid switch. Well, then we could say, okay, that code tells us the lid switch needs to be tested. And so what we're going to do then is we're going to clear out of this here. Also, real quick, I'll tell you, because I've done this in the past, in order to clear these codes, so for me, there's no codes here. When it lights back up, that's how you know that you're in the mode for error codes. If you go right here and hold this down, you're going to clear these codes. Okay, now all the codes are clear. You'd have to run the machine through the automatic test mode in order to get it to throw the error code again to find your codes. So you don't want to do that. What you would do is if you're flipping through and you're on your code, then you can just hold down and exit out of it. And when you go back in, all those codes will still be there. But what I do is I just grab a little piece of paper and I'll go through and I'll write down each code. Just as you cycle through, it goes to the next code, starting with the first code all the way to the last code. Write them all down, check and see what your issues are, and then you can go back in and do a manual test on what it is that doesn't seem to be working. So manual test mode in the book here. Manual test mode is spin and done, or in this case complete. Okay, manual test mode. Say our lid switch is not working. Okay, we flip over here. Manual test mode. In order to test the lid lock, nothing's lit up, so we're gonna, okay, it works. So if we thought this was the issue, we say, oh, maybe it's not draining the water out because it's not locking the lid like it's supposed to, so it shuts down, which is kind of an old thought on some of the older washers. That's how they worked. This one doesn't work that way, and you would know that for sure now. You'd say, okay, it's good to go. However, if you push that and it started flashing at you, that's to let you know it's not working. And you can hear it working. But if you clicked it and nothing happened and it started flashing at you, then you'd say, all right, that's it, I need to replace it. Now in this case we say, all right, that's good, so let's check the drain. Maybe it's the drain. Drain, we got these three without the lid lock, doesn't need to be on, so we'll go here for these three. And that's working perfect. So maybe in your case, if you had a washer full of water and you hit that and nothing happened and it started flashing at you, then you know your pump's no good because it wouldn't have turned on. So this is just a way for you to investigate, try to find out what exactly it is going wrong with your washer. Hopefully this information's useful for you. At least you know how to get into the diagnostics mode. You can read through this and it's pretty self-explanatory. Sometimes there's a few things like when you get right here, you're like, nothing's lit up, how do I test this? Well, it's just as simple as pushing the button. To get out of diagnostic mode, you hold down your button for about a 7 count. It's going to completely shut off. And then when you spin this, you shouldn't get any lights at all. That's how you know you're out. You're back in the normal laundry mode, ready to do your next load of laundry. So hopefully that helps you guys out. If you found this information valuable, please like, subscribe, and share. That way we can get the information out to more people. And like I said, hopefully it helped you out. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video. You guys have a great day.